On the eve of the Trump legal team's September 1st deadline for the special counsel to end its probe, the president says the whole thing is against the law. Trump told Bloomberg News, quote, "I view it differently. I view it as an illegal investigation." Because great scholars have said that there never should have been a special counsel. Asked whether he would comply with a subpoena from Robert Mueller to answer questions, Trump said in the interview, quote, "I'll see what happens." At his rally in Evansville, Indiana last night, the president invoked his 2016 rival Hillary Clinton, and the audience chanted to lock her up just before he said this.
Our Justice Department and our FBI have to start doing their job and doing it right and doing it now. Because people are angry. People are angry. What's happening is a disgrace. And at some point, I wanted to stay out, but at some point, if it doesn't straighten out properly, I want them to do their job. I will get involved, and I'll get in there if I have to. Disgraceful.
President threatening last night to, quote, get involved. Joining us now, another great scholar, the co-founder of Axios, Mike Allen. Mike, good morning. Go for it.
Well, Willie, happy Friday, and thank you for an epic summer.
There it is. All right, so, Mike, let's get into what you're reporting. Axios looking at speculation over whether Bob Mueller may actually make some sort of an announcement today. What might that announcement be, and why is there that speculation right now?
Yeah, well, Willie, we saw Chuck Todd say last night on MSNBC that he'll be coming to work today, and I can tell you so will the president's legal team. There's hot speculation among the president's lawyers that today might be a day of action for Robert Mueller. So it's the Justice Department's policy, don't have action in a criminal probe like in a hot election season. I think every federal prosecutor knows that except James Comey, who forgot that. And that's all the more reason that lawyers think that Robert Mueller may go quiet after Labor Day. So this would be the last working day before Labor Day. So could this be the day for a WikiLeaks indictment? Could he decide that that's going to be the last action before the election? People who know Bob Mueller well say he's unlikely to make a big announcement, that what could happen is after any action today, that he'll just go quiet till after the election.
Casey.
Hey, Mike. Forgive me if this is too far off of your reporting, but it just occurs to me that, we're heading into a weekend where the country is going to be focused on Senator John McCain being laid to rest. And Bob Mueller, someone who we know has, great respect for that, who served himself in Vietnam. Do you think that would play into his thinking on this at all?
Casey, I think that's very astute. And we know that Bob Mueller is someone who is of Washington, having served as the FBI director, having been a federal prosecutor, someone who's very wired into Washington. And I agree with you that he might well be sensitive to that. It's just another reason that I have news for Rudy, that September 1st deadline is not going to be met. Remember when the deadline was last Thanksgiving for this investigation? The lawyers who touch it, feel it, are involved every day, see no sense that a denouement is imminent. They think this is going a while.
Hey, Mike, Jonathan Lemire, two quick questions for you. One, Roger Stone, who is someone who's been linked to WikiLeaks, has publicly said that he anticipates an indictment or arrest in the coming days. So I wanted to ask if that's some of the speculation you're hearing. And then secondly, what sort of response do you think we'll hear from the Trump legal team, whether Mueller does anything today or not? But as the calendar turns into next week and that September 1st deadline passes, what should we anticipate hearing from them?
Well, Jonathan, we can expect that they are going to seize on any time to say that is another reason that the investigation should be discredited. But, Jonathan, your own reporting on the New York end of this has shown that for a witch hunt, a lot of witches are turning up. And it's harder for the president's team to make that argument. But I can tell you, on the campaign trail, especially if there's a Mueller investigation continuing through the midterms, it's going to be one of the biggest topics. We talk about media, migration, Mueller, and MS-13 as the stars of the president's midterm campaign rallies.
Mike, if Mueller does go silent today and stays quiet and follows the so-called rule of not putting anyone under indictment or raising an investigation during the you can continue an investigation but not indict anyone until the election day. What happens when the president's team, as Rudy Giuliani said, is just weeks away from unleashing his own report and brings it up? Does that give an out to Mueller to actually start taking action if he wants to, if the president is talking about this investigation?
I can tell you that Robert Mueller, based on people who know him well, and as you viewers know, there aren't leaks out of Mueller. They come from elsewhere, so this is all reading of the tea leaves. But people who have worked with Mueller tell me that he doesn't need an opening. He doesn't need a reason. What he's doing is not going to be based on any taunts from the other side, anything else from the other side. That if there's one word that comes up again and again when you talk to people who've worked with Mueller and who have interacted with his team on this investigation, they say it is methodical. That's why we have a piece up on Axios right now, inside Mueller's secret files, a look at everything that Mueller has collected that we haven't yet seen. And this includes more than 1 million pages of emails and other documents out of the White House and the Trump campaign, memos, I'm told, out of the White House of conversations with the president. And so there's a lot more to come, including, and Jonathan was right in his question, that there is speculation both about Roger Stone and WikiLeaks. Those were the two topics that were mentioned to me by lawyers close to this investigation when they talked about what might happen today.
Wow. Okay. Mike Allen, thank you. And coming up, we'll talk to Bloomberg's. Thank you. Oh, that's right. He has to say Happy Friday. Bloomberg's Jennifer Jacobs about her wide-ranging interview with President Trump. As we mentioned, he talked about the Mueller probe, but also Jeff Sessions, and he defended his reaction to the death of John McCain. Morning Joe is coming right back.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.